Okay, welcome to G1ANT's webinar. We will just wait a few moments for other people to join. In the meanwhile, if you can just let me know if you hear me properly. There is a chat functionality on the right side of this webinar. Excellent. Okay, so let's wait a few more seconds because I know that there was some problem in a waiting room. Okay, we can use this time and just we're doing this live webinar from Warsaw, from Poland. This is where we are at the moment. So maybe it would be nice to introduce to each other. So if you could just let us know, where do you come from? If you can just also use that chat box. Where do you attending from? Okay, Jakub, huge, very loud and clear. Good. This is what we like. This is what we want. Okay. So we have also people from Warsaw. Any other country than Poland? Hi, Jakub. Okay, so guys, let's start then because time counts. Well, once again, thank you very much indeed for joining us, joining our G1ANT's webinar. This is one of the series of webinars which we do for our clients, for our partners. Before we start, it's like very shortly about us. My name is Tom. I'm the CEO of G1ANT and co-founder of the G1ANT. With me today, there are a couple of guys from our company. There is Chris Prusik, who is our CTO and also co-founder of the company. Mac Kempinski, who is our RPA department manager. So he's on the battle with clients. He knows everything about robots. And also we have Przemek Witusik, who's responsible for the architecture of G1ANT. He's our main senior architect of our tool. Before we go into details about our company, this webinar is for you. That means that if you have any kind of questions, if you want to know anything from us, about us, please do use that chat functionality. Just please do put your questions. Please do not hesitate to put any kind of questions. We are here for you, so we're gonna answer and address all questions until if we have this time. On the chat, there is a Chris and Przemek who are helping us to answer all your questions. Briefly about us, G1ANT is a London-based company. We've been on the market for the past 5 years. We started as a technology company. This is how we grew to, and then we become we started implementing our technology, obviously G1ANT technology. So for the past 5 years, we created over 350 robots. That means that we kind of experience, we have a kind of experience in that, I would say. That's why we just want to show and introduce, we just want to explore RPA and just tell you a little bit more about how it works with us. We are a part of a bigger organization called Redmond Group. This is since 2019. Thanks to that, our technology is presented in over 57 countries all over the world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna very quickly talk about G1ANT.Studio and our G1ANT.Orchestrator. These are tools which we created for RPA developers, for the community of RPA developers. And as I understand, from now on, Mac will take over this presentation and will tell you more about those tools. Mac, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent, thank you.
Everybody. So I'm ready to share my screen with you. Okay. Okay, I think it works. So, my name is Mark, and today I show you presentation about our products, about G1ANT.Studio and G1ANT.Orchestrator. Let's start from the beginning, and the beginning is installation process. And the good news, there is no installation process. We know that there's a problem to very often there's a problem to install anything in your companies, in your environment, because of permissions, because of accesses, or any other restrictions. Then we decide to deliver a solution which no need to install anything. We deliver a solution in only one file. This file has inside all our application or elements of our application. It means inside is G1ANT.Studio. Inside this one file is our robot engine and add-ons. And let's talk about G1ANT.Studio. G1ANT.Studio is our graphical user interface. From G1ANT.Studio, you can build your robots, you can write your scripts and do your automation. As you can see, our solution based on scripting language. It means all our robots works like scripts. We based on G1ANT language. It's our language. It's very pretty easy to use, very pretty easy to learn. I think this language is something between Java and Basic. It's that easy like Basic and that versatile like Java language. But in our scripts, you can also use C# snippets and Python snippets. It means you can bite your scripts with 3 languages at the same time. I will tell you about the language, about this script for a while. Now let's switch to add-on and marketplace. Our solution based on add-ons. On the left side of application, you can see I have a list of add-ons. Add-ons are small applications which can expand our studio, expand our robots, and integrate it with specified application, technologies, APIs. And for example, here I have an add-on for Google Docs, I have an add-on for Microsoft Office, for OCR engines, for Selenium, Jira, Python, SAP. So we also have Marketplace. Marketplace is a place from you can download other our add-ons, because our add-ons based on our customer needs. We always buy new one every month. We put here new add-ons, and you can download every add-ons which we created. Of course, all add-ons are for free. We try to be very flexible. We try to be very transparent to our customer. Then we have a public account on GitHub service. Here you can download the source code of our add-ons and analyze the add-ons inside. You can compile it on your own. You can find how does it work. You can change anything. You can add new features. You can do anything with that source code. And of course, we deliver also tools for Visual Studio. If you want to buy your own add-on, you can based on our solutions, you can based on our add-ons on GitHub and buy your individual independent add-ons. You don't need to share it with anyone, but you can connect our studio with any technology via add-ons. So what about integration? Add-ons are not only the way to integrate our studio with other technologies, because our language, Giant language, has some native technologies to do it, to do the integration. And for example, we can integrate with any kind of file, for example, Excel file, for example, CSV, XML, and TXT, and other files. We can integrate natively with web services. We have support for databases engines. For example, we have a native support for Microsoft SQL, MySQL, Oracle, but we also support ODBC and OLEDB. It means you can integrate with any kind of data source, any kind of other database engines. We also have native support for REST technologies. Okay, what about triggers? Of course, you can start our automation, you can start our robots manually with button run, but the better way to automate your processes is start robots automatically. And for this, we have three types of triggers. The first one is schedule. Based on calendar, you can set it like the robot number 1 will start only on Friday at 5 p.m. The robot number 2 can start every 15 minutes, and you can configure it like a calendar. The second type of triggers is file. Studio monitors specified directory on your hard drive, and when new files appear inside, robot can start. The third one is email trigger. Of course, this kind of trigger based on your mailbox. Studio monitors your mailbox, and robot start after incoming emails. In our studio, we have credential container. Credential container is a very safe place in studio where you can store all your logins and passwords. We use SHA and AES algorithm. It means even unauthorized user getting access to your computer, it will be not able to read your passwords, to use your passwords. Only robot know and can't use passwords to your applications, to your web services, to your other tool which you use. Low code, no code. As I mentioned, our solution based on scripting language, but we know that not everyone know and want to know how to programming. Then we deliver a solution for that people. We deliver recorders of applications, recorders of web pages and keyboard and mouse. It means you can record your job with Studio, and after that, Studio create automatically part of code. And this part of code is created by Studio. No one wrote this code, and you just only start the recorder, and after you click on stop, whole code is put into the Studio. What about requirements? Our solution is ultralight, I think, because it requires only 1 gigahertz of CPU and 512 megabytes of RAM. It means you can start it on every machine from last 20 years, I think. But so, let's automate something. Let's see how does it work. But for first, I will explain you what's happening inside my code. On the first step, robot read current date using C#. After that, robot use Python snippets and calculate the square root of value. As you can see here, robot imports the Python library. You can import all your Python libraries in your operating system. You can import all C# libraries, all DLLs. It means you can do anything with our studio. You can connect it with any technology via external libraries, which you can add to our script. After that, robot open Notepad and put some information about current date and about the value of square root. The next step is Microsoft Paint application. Robot open it and do something inside. As you can see, here we use the position of mouse pointer. It means we automate via pixels and clicking on proper pixels. It's not the best way to automate your processes, because the best way is use the paths. What are the paths? All application has buttons. All application has menus, tabs, tables, and other elements. And each element on your application has individual path. And if you open your application next time, the path is the same. And here you have one example with path to button 2 on calculator application, button plus, button 2, and button equal, and robot click on these 4 buttons. 2 plus 2 equal, and we will see. And that's the way to automate desktop application. On the right side of Studio, you can see Windows tree, and Windows tree is a place when we save all elements of all application on your desktop. And from this Windows tree, you can put all elements inside the script and click on it, put the information, type the keys on your keyboard, click with mouse, do what you want. And the last part of the script is automation of web page. Robot for first open Firefox with URL, click on proper button and put information into the form. And let's see how does it work. The Notepad application, Paint, calculator, 2 plus 2, and the last one, Firefox. Robot go to the web page, click on button, and put information inside the form. That's the way how we can automate our job, but it's a kind of artificial example. I have one more with OCR technology. Very often our customer ask us about the OCR technology, because every company has a problem with invoices, reading invoices and putting information into the ERP system, for example. Here I have a very interesting example of a real case about invoices. Robot creates a report file on hard drive. After that, go into the mailbox, read all invoices from emails, store these invoices on hard drive, read information from invoices via OCR technology, and after that, put this information into the report. And it looks like that. The Excel file is on the hard drive. Robot connect with our mailbox with login and password. After that, switch to invoice folder in our mailbox. Download all attachments, open Excel file, and send file into the OCR technology, and after that put the read information into the form, into the report. Of course, here is an Excel, but you can use, for example, your ERP system, SAP, for example. After this, robot close all application and can repeat his job, for example, in next hour, in next day. It depends on the user. I think it's all about the G1ANT.Studio, how to start with G1ANT.Studio. As I mentioned before, our scripting language is very easy to learn, it's very easy to use. You can start with our manual. On our website we have a manual, we have a tutorial, and as I said before, we have a GitHub account. And if you want to do manual and tutorial with teacher, we have a YouTube account, and you can see the short movies about manual tutorial and other our solutions with our teachers, with our lectures. Okay, let's summarize the G1ANT.Studio. G1ANT.Studio works independently. It means you no need to use any other application. You can automate any process in your company only with G1ANT.Studio. But what if you want to have, for example, 15 robots on 15 machines, or 100 robots and 100 PCs? How to administrate it? It's very difficult to administrate 100 computers, all of these separately. Then we built Orchestrator. Orchestrator is an optional tool. It's an enterprise solution for administrate your army of your robots. And now I can show you how Orchestrator works. Orchestrator is a web service, is based on client-server architecture. It means you can install it on your server and use it by web browser. On the first screen, you can see every information about your environment, every information about your robots army. Here you have an information how many robots works, how many events happen today, all information about your machines, about your physical pieces, physical computers. But of course, we can use G1ANT.Studio on physical machine and also on virtual machines. And here you can read every information about this machine, about the CPU usage, the utilization, about the disk memory, RAM memory, but also you can use the dashboard screen like a pretty simple business intelligence, because you can put here information from any other systems of your company. And here I have two Easter eggs. The first one is IPP ingredients, and the second one is information from, for example, ERP system from about our earnings. And in Orchestrator, of course, you can add your new machines, you can change anything, you can configure anything on your G1ANT.Studios. Here you have an information about the name of this machine, about the connection, status of connection, expire of license, some logs. From Orchestrator, you can build your scripts like in G1ANT.Studio. It means you can write script on Orchestrator and after that send it to G1ANT.Studio. And if you have scripts and machines, you can build robots from G1ANT.Studio. And the robot in G1ANT.Studio is a connection between machine and script. Then you can set on one machine many robots, like on this example. On machine user 1, I have 3 scripts. And one script you can send to many machines. For example, script hello version 1 is on 2 machines at the same time. It means you can do the same automation in parallel mode. It means the one script can works on many machines at the same time. And of course, from this panel, you can see information about the connection status, information how many times that robot worked today, some log information. You can create new robots, you can delete it, check information, do anything what you want. From Orchestrator, we can administrate alerts. We can send any alerts to your user about your robot's environment. For example, about expiration of your license, about hard drive space, about utilization. But here you can connect any data source and send any information of any of your application. You can use not only robots, you can use here not only G1ANT.Studio, you can use this panel to send alerts from any application which you connect to our Orchestrator. Because in data sources, we can connect any data source. Natively, we support Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL Server, Oracle, Postgre, but also ODBC. And so on Orchestrator, we have also credential container, the same like in G1ANT.Studio. It means in Orchestrator you can store information about your passwords, safe option. And here we have other information about logs, about what's happened with your robots, what's happened with your Orchestrator. And so I think that's all about G1ANT.Studio. It's all about Orchestrator. You need to understand that the main application is G1ANT.Studio, and you no need to use Orchestrator. Orchestrator is only an optional tool to administrate your robots army if you have more than 10, than 12, than 100 robots. Orchestrator can help you with administrate this environment. So thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. And Tom, I think you can conduct meeting.
So I'm really sorry something happened to my video camera and my microphone. Mark, thank you very much indeed for the presentation. I think we can go to the Q&A session. If any one of you has any kind of questions, please do put them in chat. We're just gonna wait a few moments, and we will be trying to answer. Is there anyone who has any kind of questions to ask? Not really. Okay, there's no questions. Okay, so once again, thank you very much indeed for coming and attending this webinar. The next webinar, we're gonna talk about OCR technology more in details. And also, we are going to conduct another the few other webinars about automation in marketing. So we're going to show real cases how to use automation. So for today, thank you very much indeed for being here. Okay, there's a excuse me, what is the price for Studio and Orchestrator licenses? Okay. So how we do this? Thank you, Edwin, for your answer. We have like a couple of models in terms of the pricing. The first price model, we have like pay-as-you-robot. That means that we only charge for the use of our robot. Usually the price is about we start from about $8 or euro per hour. but obviously if you more you use our robots, then the cheaper price is. And we also use price list like RPA as a service, meaning that we just send price. We just quoted the price for the client, because obviously we do not want to overcharge our clients, since our technology is devoted to enterprise companies, but also to medium and small and medium-sized companies. In terms of the studio, I would, if you wouldn't mind to contact us directly, that we can give you some price range, because we usually talk individually about prices with our clients. Do we have any trial versions? Yes, we have. We do have. I don't know if Mark mentioned about this during his presentation, but you can go to our website, and at the bottom of the website you can just download the free developer version, which is valid for 30 days, which you can use for the purpose of training. Edwin, we are very happy to contact you shortly after our webinar. Any other questions? Okay, so once again, thank you very much indeed. These are our contact details. So if you want to call us, write us, you can catch us on the Facebook, on the LinkedIn. We are here for you, so do not hesitate to contact us. Once again, thank you to all of you. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay.